Thank you, Chairwoman Velazquez, Ranking Member Chabot, and members of the Committee on Small Business. Thank you for the opportunity to testify today on behalf of the National Association of Manufacturers and the paperwork regarding the Paperwork Reduction Act and the work of this committee to improve it for small businesses. The National Association of Manufacturers is the nation's largest industrial trade association, and it represents small and large manufacturers in all 50 states. 3/4 of NAM's memberships is small and medium-sized manufacturers. We represent 14 million men and women across America that actually make things. My name is Drew Greenblatt, and I'm the president and owner of Marlin Steel Wire Products. We make steel wire baskets and we make wire hooks like this. We make them all in Baltimore City, Maryland. We import nothing from China, and we make everything in Baltimore. Marlin Steel Wire custom builds wire products for clients in the pharmaceutical industry, automotive industry, and aerospace manufacturing. We employ 27 people. We've grown 33% in the last 2 years, and we tripled in the last 10 years. We're adding people, and we want to keep on adding people, but we don't want to keep on adding paperwork. NAM's mission is to enhance the competitiveness of manufacturers by shaping a legislative and regulatory environment conducive to U.S. economic growth, and to increase the understanding among policymakers, media, and the general public about the vital role of manufacturing to America's economic future and living standards. I compiled all the forms in my business. If you look over at this picture right over here, that we generated in a single year, and we piled them up on top of each other, and as you can see, it's more than 6 feet tall. If you look at this photo, you can see my plant manager, Simon Matthews, our production specialist, Nan Brand, all next to last year's paperwork. This is crazy. That's why it's no surprise to me that the federal government reported that it imposed 9.2 billion hours of paperwork on the public in 2007. The cost per employee for small firms was more than almost $22,000 per employee. It's $10,000 per employee if you're a medium-sized firm, and it's almost $9,000 for large firms per employee. NAM did a very good report on the structural costs imposed on U.S. manufacturers that harm workers and threaten our competitiveness. They examined these structural costs that are borne by us, and they compared our tax and regulations burdens against our competitors in Canada, Mexico, Japan, etc. And the finding was that our government is imposing 32% more paperwork on us than our foreign competitors. That's a major disadvantage for us. We welcome the role that Chairwoman Velazquez in this Congress is addressing, because it's so important for small business. Improving the Paperwork Reduction Act is necessary, and it's a noble enterprise. The federal government can do much better. No one can say with a straight face that we've eliminated as much as the unnecessary burden that we can. No one's saying there is no fat left in the system. We have to find ways to identify true duplication of our information within agencies. But OIRA currently has no way to validate an agency's certification of duplication. They just take agencies at their word. OIRA's staff has shrunk from 90 employees to 50 employees. The staff dedicated to writing, administering, and enforcing regulations has grown from 146,000 to 242,000 people. OIRA's budget has actually shrunk by $7 million in inflation-adjusted terms. Every hour I spend on paperwork is an hour of lost productivity. And lost productivity means I'm unable to hire the next employee. I'm unable to make capital equipment purchases, or I can't spend time growing my business. Let me give you an idea of what I would do with the freed up time. We sell a great deal of products to foreigners. Toyota is my second biggest account. Today we're running jobs for GlaxoSmithKline in England. We also run jobs for Unilever out in Holland. In the last 6 months, our company's exported products to the UK, Mexico, Belgium, Canada, New Zealand, and Japan. My favorite is Taiwan. We actually exported, we made it in Baltimore, we exported to Taiwan, There's a guy in Taiwan that opened up a box and wire baskets, and it said, "Made in the USA." That's neat. We're doing a lot of things right. We design products with the most sophisticated computer-aided design, like this product for Hubert in Congressman Chabot's district in Harrison, Ohio. They're a very good account of mine. We make, and we appreciate them, we make high-quality products that don't get returned, but we have to do a lot of paperwork, and this is a distraction to our mission. We're afraid that the paperwork we're going to fill out is going to be, there's going to be typos in it or mistakes. So a lot of times we'll farm out this paperwork. We have to pay vendors to fill out paperwork for us because we're not good at filling out paperwork. Millions of small businesses like mine pay these outside fees. Our competition in China doesn't have to pay that fee. In India, they don't have to pay that fee. In Marlin's case, we have to pay to comply for our 401k plan, to do our payroll. We have to farm all of that out. We pay them so much a year that we can't hire a $15 an hour person who's going to work full-time on our production floor. We would be more competitive if we could hire that person. That person would have a job here in America. This paperwork actually reduces employment in America because we're diverting cash from hiring people. Instead, we're filling out forms. We want our small businesses vibrant since we hire people and we take the risks to grow. Government's goal should be to take off the shackles of the small business hiring machine. Again, Madam Chairwoman, thank you for this opportunity to testify, and I'd be happy to respond to any questions.